In 2025, the United States and the United Kingdom have embarked on a new chapter in their long-standing relationship. The two nations have signed a groundbreaking trade agreement. This deal marks a significant development in the global trade landscape. It signals a strengthening of ties between these two economic powerhouses. This landmark agreement introduces new benefits for both nations, including reduced tariffs and increased market access. The deal has the potential to reshape trade relations between the US and the UK. It also sets the stage for potential future collaborations on the world stage, fostering innovation and economic growth. The driving forces behind this historic trade deal are President Biden and Prime Minister Johnson. They announced the agreement on May 8, 2025, a date rich with historical significance as Victory in Europe Day. This timing underscores the significance of the deal as a symbol of unity and cooperation. President Biden, known for his assertive trade policies, views this deal as a victory for the American worker. Prime Minister Johnson, on the other hand, sees it as an opportunity to strengthen the UK's position in a post-Brexit world. At the heart of the 2025 US-UK trade deal are significant changes to the tariff structures between the two nations. These changes are designed to foster greater economic exchange and boost industries on both sides of the Atlantic. The US has agreed to eliminate its 25% tariff on UK steel, a move welcomed by British steel manufacturers. Additionally, the US will reduce its 25% tariff on UK automobiles to 10% for the first 100,000 vehicles annually. The 2025 US-UK trade deal promises substantial economic benefits for both countries. It is projected to unlock billions of dollars in new trade opportunities across various sectors. This boost in economic activity is expected to create jobs and stimulate growth. For the US, the deal opens up the UK market to an estimated $5 billion in new exports. This includes key American products such as beef, ethanol, and machinery. The UK also stands to gain from increased access to the vast US market. Section 5. Voices of Optimism. Leaders hail the trade agreement. The announcement of the 2025 US-UK trade deal has been met with widespread praise from officials in both countries. Leaders have lauded the 2025 agreement as a testament to the strong bilateral relationship and a win for their respective economies. President Trump hailed the 2025 deal as a tremendous and maxed-out agreement, highlighting its benefits for American workers and businesses. Prime Minister Starmer echoed this sentiment, calling it a fantastic, historic day that marks a new chapter in US-UK relations. Section 6. Markets react. Positive signals. Follow the 2025 trade deal announcement. The financial markets have responded favorably to the news of the 2025 US-UK trade deal. This landmark agreement, which has been in the works for several months, aims to strengthen economic ties between the two nations. Investors and analysts alike have been eagerly anticipating the details, and the announcement has not disappointed. The initial reaction from the markets has been overwhelmingly positive, with key indices showing significant gains. Stock markets in both countries experienced gains, reflecting investor confidence in the positive economic implications of the 2025 agreement. The deal is expected to boost trade, create jobs, and foster innovation across various sectors. Analysts believe that the reduction in tariffs and the opening of new markets will provide a substantial boost to both economies. This optimism is clearly reflected in the market's performance. The Dow Jones Industrial Average surged by 198.6 points, marking one of its best performances in recent months. This increase is seen as a direct response to the positive sentiment surrounding the 2025 trade deal. Financial experts are optimistic that this trend will continue as more details of the agreement are unveiled and implemented. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 rose by 32.3 points. This broad-based index, which includes a diverse range of companies, is often seen as a barometer of overall market health. The rise in the S&P 500 suggests that investors are confident in the long-term benefits of the 2025 trade deal for a wide array of industries. The Nasdaq Composite also saw a significant jump, climbing 182 points. This tech-heavy index's performance indicates that the technology sector in particular stands to gain from the new 2025 trade agreement. Companies in this sector are expected to benefit from increased market access and reduced regulatory barriers. This positive market reaction underscores the optimistic outlook for the 2025 deal's impact. Investors are hopeful that the agreement will lead to sustained economic growth and stability. As the details of the deal continue to emerge, market participants will be closely monitoring its implementation and the subsequent economic indicators. The initial response, however, sets a promising tone for the future. Section 7. A measured perspective. Experts weigh in on the deal's impact. While the US-UK trade deal has generated considerable excitement, some experts are cautiously optimistic about its potential impact. They acknowledge the historical significance of the agreement, which marks a new chapter in the economic relationship between the two nations. However, they also emphasize the need for a balanced view, considering both the opportunities and the limitations that come with such deals. They point out that the UK represents a relatively small portion of overall US trade, suggesting that the deal's effects on the US economy might be modest. The trade volume between the US and UK, while substantial, pales in comparison to the trade volumes the US has with other major partners like China, Canada, and Mexico. This context is crucial for understanding the potential economic impact. Justin Wolfers, an economist at the University of Michigan, noted that the UK accounts for only about 3% of US trade. He elaborated that while the deal could enhance certain sectors, such as financial services and pharmaceuticals, it is unlikely to be a game changer for the overall US economy. He cautioned against overstating the deal's significance, suggesting that its impact on the broader US economy might be limited. Wolfers also highlighted that the real benefits might be more political than economic, strengthening diplomatic ties and setting a precedent for future trade negotiations. Other experts echoed this sentiment, pointing out that while the deal is a positive step, it should be viewed as part of a larger strategy to diversify and strengthen international trade relations. Looking ahead to the 2025 trade deal, experts are already weighing in on its potential impact. They suggest that this upcoming agreement could further solidify the economic ties between the US and UK, potentially addressing some of the limitations of the current deal. Analysts believe that the 2025 deal might offer more comprehensive benefits, particularly in emerging sectors like green technology and digital services, which could have a more pronounced effect on both economies. Section 8. Setting a precedent. The 2025 trade deal's potential global implications. Beyond its direct impact on the US and UK, the 2025 trade deal is being closely watched as a potential model for future agreements. The successful negotiation of this complex agreement could pave the way for similar deals between the US and other trading partners. The 2025 deal's emphasis on tariff reductions and market access aligns with the principles of free trade. This could encourage other countries to engage in similar negotiations, potentially leading to a more open and interconnected global trading system. Section 9. The Road Ahead. Charting the future course of US-UK trade relations post-2025. The signing of the 2025 US-UK trade deal marks the beginning of a new chapter in the economic relationship between these two nations. This historic agreement is not just a piece of paper. It represents a commitment to mutual growth and prosperity. The deal aims to further reduce tariffs, eliminate remaining trade barriers, and create an even more favorable environment for businesses on both sides of the Atlantic. It is expected to boost economic growth, create jobs, and enhance the competitiveness of both economies in the global market. While the 2025 deal lays the foundation for increased trade and cooperation, its ultimate success will depend on the continued commitment of both countries to its implementation and enforcement. This means that both governments will need to work closely with their respective private sectors to ensure that the benefits of the deal are fully realized. Businesses will need to adapt to new regulations and take advantage of the opportunities presented by the deal. Additionally, Both countries will need to address any issues that arise promptly and effectively to maintain the momentum of the agreement. Both the US and the UK will need to navigate potential challenges and seize emerging opportunities to fully realize the deal's potential benefits. This includes addressing concerns related to labor standards, environmental protections, and digital trade. By working together, the two nations can set a high standard for future trade agreements and demonstrate the benefits of open and fair trade. The deal also provides a framework for addressing future trade issues and adapting to changing economic conditions. Regular dialogue, transparency, and a willingness to address concerns will be crucial to ensuring the deal's long-term success. Ongoing communication between government officials, business leaders, and other stakeholders will help to identify and resolve any issues that may arise. By fostering a spirit of cooperation and mutual respect, the US and the UK can build a stronger and more resilient economic partnership that benefits both nations and sets an example for the rest of the world.